it's said to be like, you don't really get jobs here. It's not really true. It's just like you do, obviously, but you have to keep on applying every single day as you arrive, and just don't stop.
Hi Riddhi. First of all,
Hi.
welcome to the Yocket Connect series. Let's begin with your background.
My full name is Riddhi, and I'm 23 years old, and I'm from India. I'm currently studying in the UK, in Coventry, London campus. My course is Masters in International Fashion Marketing. So it's a one-year course, and I started it in the month of September 2021. And so basically, I always wanted to study abroad. And initially, I had different countries in mind. Like I was more interested in going to Australia first, but since UK, they restructured their policies and their new laws and systems, which allows you to stay and work 2 years more. So because of that, I think I was more leaning towards the UK. So for my bachelor's, I studied management studies, and my specialization was in marketing from Mumbai University. And after my graduation, basically, I worked in the luxury and retail sector for about a year, and then I decided to pursue my master's.
I also want to understand which were the factors in the UK that attracted you towards that particular country for a course like fashion.
In terms of UK, I think it's a student-friendly city. There are a lot of international students, and in my batch also there are about 40 students. But we are all from different backgrounds, different cultures, and there's a lot of diversity, and you gain a global perspective. UK being a fast-paced city, it has a lot to teach you, and mainly it in India, I think it's more theoretical and a little bookish knowledge, but here it's more of like a practical approach. Also, UK, they, it's not very difficult to get an admission in as compared to the US, I guess, because you need to give GRE, and I think you need 16 years of, education as well. So you can directly come here after your graduation as well. And as much as the city oozes luxury and prestige, it has, everybody is very, very sharply dressed. They look professional all the time. So, you are automatically self-motivated to, look sharp and, just become better and better every day. That's what keeps me going. And one most important thing is that you have a lot of opportunities work-wise, and getting a part-time here is quite easy. And I am working at Zara currently, so managing my time and my university deadlines and your part-time, juggling between these two things, and your house chores, and taking care of yourself, which is extremely crucial because you literally have to do everything by yourself.
How is the admission process for a course like yours? Is it different from the regular processes? Do you have to go in through any additional rounds?
Yeah, so from you obviously have to make a extensive SOP and literally mention that those are the obvious admission process. I am not quite aware about those things, but I think IELTS is, for my university, IELTS was not required, but they do conduct an interview. It was like about 30 minutes long, and they really want to know how much you are invested in this, how much of are you really interested in this course, and what are your goals, and if they really align to the university's course, and if you can actually pull it off. It's not just like you just thought of doing it and you can just do it, because it's obviously very intense, and it is a lot different from the Indian education system.
Can you let us know what are the various methods in which a student can get part-time opportunities in the UK?
Yeah. So initially, when I started talking to people, it's very important to socialize and network literally everywhere you go, because every person will give you some information that, and it's very important to have contacts here. So that's what I did. There are a few sites like CV Library, Indeed Flex, and some of the recruiting agencies, Adico and Angel Recruitancy. So these are the agencies that I generally go for, because I just explain them that, these are my needs and this is my work hours, this is what I need. So they just find the best option for me, and I state what kind of role I'm looking for and how much I expect in terms of pay. So it was not a task, as these agencies are reliable, and I have been considering them for my full time as well. But in terms of full time, I feel when I looked at LinkedIn, basically in LinkedIn you get a lot of opportunities where all the companies list their job openings on regular basis. So that's where you go on about it. And obviously there are other apps and websites, Total Jobs or something. But I feel like if when you're coming here for your master's or something, it's very crucial that you have some experience in India before you come here, at least 2 years. It'll be beneficial for you. And as much as UK has been, blamed for not blamed, but it's said to be like, you don't really get jobs here. It's not really true. It's just like you do, obviously, but you have to keep on applying every single day as you arrive, and just don't stop. Like, as you will obviously eventually get it. It's just like you have to work towards it a little bit, and it's important that you have good references.
What kind of job roles can one expect after completing this course in international fashion marketing?
You can obviously start with sales for part-time, because that's something that you can get very easily around here. And later on you can look for internships after my course. Basically, one can go into merchandising, buying, marketing analyst, trend analyst, such roles.
Which were the other universities that you considered while you were planning to pursue this course?
So initially I had considered University of Leeds, because I really like the course module, and it's quite famous for my course as well. But when I compared it with London, and I spoke to a lot of people from the UK, one from Leeds as well, and one from UK, and a few others from a few others from London as well, Central London, and they told me that obviously Leeds would be less expensive. It would be less expensive, obviously, but in terms of rent, university fee, and overall expenditure. But living in Central London will definitely give you a lot of opportunities. You can literally, like I mentioned, you can easily get a part-time here, so and get paid well also. But then obviously it's one of the most expensive cities in the world, so obviously it is bound to be expensive. You can't really complain about it. But I think London was a obvious and perfect choice for me.
How is the student life in UK different from what you experienced back in India?
Like, obviously, like I mentioned, I was living with my parents, so you really have everything in place and literally in your own bubble. Here, you're just out here by yourself, at the end of the day, you're obviously alone, and there will be a lot of people putting you down, and maybe you might get demotivated because of the competition and not getting jobs. And but you obviously have to pull yourself up every single day and stay motivated, because it's you who's going to help yourself. Nobody's going to do the things for you. And it's better that you prepare yourself mentally before you come here, because it's not easy. Initially it might just look like wow, exploring and all those things, but once you actually start doing things, you'll understand the whole process, how it is. And once you get, it will obviously take time for you to get used to it, but it's just very important to push yourself every single day.
The last thing I want to understand from you is, if you have to recall your journey, and I'm sure there could have been a couple of mistakes that you might have committed, which you would want to give as an advice to other people that do not repeat what I did. So what would those things be, if you could list them out?
Initially, I didn't have any plans on pursuing the September intake, but I was going to go for the Jan intake 2022. But because of the uncertainty of the COVID situation and everything, so I was quite dicey about it, and I didn't really plan through well, maybe. So I consulted my counselor again, and the COVID situation was getting a bit better. And since September is the major intake year, and it would definitely give me more options, as not all universities have Jan intake. I thought of it, and I researched what all universities can I apply, and I can get into if I choose September intake. And it was obviously the number was obviously more than the Jan intake options. So I was a bit late with my admission process. My university had already begun, and I was in India. Luckily, they had online lectures as well. So for time being, I was managing my lectures online and starting my lectures online. But you really need to plan through in advance and not be so impulsive with your decisions, because I had to take very important decisions regarding my stay, selecting the university, and 100 other things that come along with it, but literally in a day or two. So it was extremely stressful, and I wouldn't advise anybody to do that. So that is one of the major lessons that I personally want to take forward. It's better if you have some work experience before you come here. So at least 2 years, maybe it will definitely have some impact, and you will see the difference that you will be able to adapt the situation and be good at your job also. So it won't be that much of a struggle for you. Obviously, learn cooking before you come here. Don't just come like that. Apart from that, I think those were things that just came in on top of my head. That's all I can think of at the moment. But yeah, it's one of the most wonderful experiences of my life, and it would break my heart to leave this country. It's beautiful. It has its own struggles, no doubt, but it's all worth it at the end. It has only made me stronger and more confident, and I think I'm more focused on my work now, and better at managing my time, my work, everything, taking care of myself, valuing your family more, and made a great bonds also along the way. And it's just been one beautiful journey, and I'm nothing but grateful.